On behalf of Bright Futures Trenton Advisory Board, we are so glad you're here today to celebrate with us the impact this organization has on the youth in our community. It's because of each of you here today that we are able to help students meet basic needs, engage in service learning, and cultivate students into great neighbors, employees, and leaders for our community in the future.
The Work for Success program is a specific program for high school students where they are able to work in the community for 15 hours in exchange for 3 hours of dual credit or one dual credit class. So our students are able to apply and then be placed in the community by a board of business people in the community, hopefully in a career that they are interested in pursuing. So they get to go out and learn about their career, work in an unpaid setting to volunteer within the community, and then in exchange, they are able to take a dual credit class.
I was approached by my counselor and she brought it up with me that there was an opportunity for regular students, low-income families, to go to work for a college class. I thought that was an amazing idea. I wanted to go to college and I felt like this was an amazing opportunity. I was able to get hours to work or to pay for my college classes, and through that I have gotten 3 different classes. And it's an amazing opportunity because people who can't afford these classes beforehand now can work usually in fields that pertain to what they want to do and can work to get that education. Doing the Work for Success program has enabled me to further my career choice. I want to become a mechanical engineer, and I was able to be placed at a manufacturing plant here in Trenton called Ed.D.
I did Work for Success because I needed help with my dual credit, and also I thought it was cool to get experience in my future career, which is teaching. I got placed in a first grade classroom during summer school, and I got to help assist kids and help assist the teacher. I really enjoyed my time there because I got to know what it's like to be a teacher. With this, I've been able to take comp and college algebra, and I probably wouldn't have been able to take it without it.
New Souls for Bright Futures is organized by Hodge Presbyterian Church. We help purchase and distribute shoes throughout the school year and during the Back to School Bright Futures event. We also help supply shoes to Children's Division throughout the school year. Funds for this project are raised during drive-through tenderloin cafes held at Hodge, and this project is successful because of our community support. Our hope is to take one less stress away from families and help provide a new pair of shoes for students to start the school year.
The purpose of the Grundy County Back to School event was meant for helping students who had needs of school supplies, backpacks, clothing, and shoes. The event started out with a volunteer committee that helped to organize each and every part of the event. The event was held on August the 12th, and it included school supplies, backpacks, and Pass the Pride, which are recycled bulldog attire. We had refreshments and a movie offered by the Trenton Cinema. We had clothing, shoes, both new and recycled gym shoes. We offered haircuts, and one of the churches also collected hygiene supplies. Later on in the evening, the kids could enjoy a cookout that was provided by Hy-Vee and the Kiwanis Club. And then Bright Futures Trenton organized a swim party. This event could not happen without volunteers and people stepping up from our community, donating money as well as their time. We often forget about how important the people that volunteer for different organizations are, and today is all about them. And we want to thank you for all that you do to help us to prepare.
So one of my favorite Bright Futures initiatives is Pass the Pride. And one of the reasons it is my favorite is it allows us to be smarter with what we have, and we can engage our whole community in carrying out that initiative. The way Pass the Pride works is we find a way to share gently used Bulldog clothing, getting that into the hands of new students to our district or students who may not be able to purchase that kind of thing, and even parents, so they can attend games and support the students and feel a part of the community wearing that Bulldog clothing. We have 2 receptacles in town where those items can be dropped off anytime. One is at Kara McClellan's American Family Insurance Agency. The other one is in front of the Rissler School Building. And I'd like to just mention those receptacles were provided through a couple of our community members sharing their talent to make that happen. Steve McKay built the boxes for us. And then we had an art teacher here in town who was generous enough to share her talent in putting some Bright Futures artwork on them so that they would be recognizable in the community. It's so neat to walk down the halls and see kids have their Bulldog shirts and know that they feel a part of their school and a part of their community. It also allows all of us to be able to share those things. We have, as parents, have numerous t-shirts and sweatshirts and sweatpants and jackets. And when our kids leave and go to college, we can maybe sell them for 25 cents in a garage sale, or we can put them to great use and put them in the hands of our students. So if you haven't already, we hope you will join us and participate in Pass the Pride.
The Trenton High School Bulldog Closet consists of 2 spaces in the counseling offices. One is a big closet and one is a big rolling chest full of things like hoodies, leggings, socks, shoes, hygiene items that range anywhere from toothpaste to deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, body wash. We also carry undergarments for students who may need a change of clothes at school. Students have access to use a shower in our locker room if they need a complete change of clothes and to shower for the day. There are so many students who take advantage of the Bulldog Closet, and we're so thankful to have all of those supplies. We never run out, and Bright Futures is wonderful about stocking those closets, and so students can feel like they have everything they need at school if they just ask for it. They come to us in the counseling office from a variety of different ways. Sometimes it is teacher recommended that they come and see us. Other times they reach out and stop us in the hall, swing by our office, or send us an email and tell us that they have something that they need that day. We are really lucky at the high school to have 2 large closet spaces full of items for our students. Being at the high school, sometimes our students have different things that they need than at the other buildings. For example, hoodies are a hugely popular item for us, so we are lucky that we've had a lot of hoodies donated and we give those out almost daily. Also, snacks and water bottles are given out very regularly, as well as hygiene items. As our students grow up and become young adults, they definitely need those items. So we were able to get a grant last year from Grundy Electric, and with that money we purchased a very large storage closet, and we have filled it up with all of our shoes and storage items and snacks and water. So we are very grateful for that and to be able to provide these supplies to our students as they need them. One other thing that the Bulldog Closet is able to provide for our students is winter items. We are able to give out hats, gloves, scarves, and coats to our students as we are watching them and realize that they don't have those things during the cold weather months. So we are really grateful to be able to give those cold weather items to our students.
I am excited to share that all of your efforts do not go wasted. There is not a day that goes by at the high school that we do not give out items from the Bulldog Closet. So Taylor and myself give out at least one thing per day. Some days are very busy and we give out a number of items, but there's not a day that goes by that those closets aren't opened and utilized. I would say on an average, we probably hand out at least 40 items a month, sometimes more, sometimes less. And those items are distributed to a wide range of students. Some students come back from time to time, and so we see them from getting water bottles or hygiene items and hoodies. And other times, it's just a student who needs something for that day.
I've had 2 pairs of shoes that were broken or had holes in them, and when my teacher noticed, she asked me if I would like new ones. I was able to talk to my counselor and get new shoes thanks to Bright Futures.
Thank you for giving me clothes and shoes when I didn't have any. When I was cold at school, getting a hoodie was really nice so I could be warm and comfortable. I've gotten quite a bit from the THS Bulldog Closet. I've gotten clothes, shoes, and hygiene products.
Thanks to the Bulldog Closet, I'm able to focus in class because I'm not hungry or cold. I don't have to stress out about things I don't have, because I know that I can talk to my counselor and get the things that I
have
need.
gone to the Bright Futures back to school event for the past few years. Everything in my backpack is from Bright Futures. If I didn't go to that, I wouldn't have any supplies. I get shoes, paper and pencils, folders, and all the stuff I need to be at school. I also get hygiene supplies at THS from my counselor too. Thank you for helping me with all my supplies.
Anytime I've needed something and wasn't able to get it myself, I've always been able to rely on the Bulldog Closet. It's been able to provide me with many things I needed for school, including clothes, shoes, water bottles, and snacks.
Backpack Buddies is a program that we use to give kids food over the weekend, and it's for grades K through 6, and Bright Futures does a great job of supporting that program with extra supplemental food. So for food insecurity, on long weekends, Bright Futures will give us loaves of bread, like over a spring break or a winter break, or jars of peanut butter to send home with those families to make sure that they have extra food in their house for extra meals and things like that. We've also had Bright Futures in the past. They have reached out to local businesses, and we've had donations from groups like Tabletop Farms or ConAgra to give food through Bright Futures to supplement meals over the last few years.
Bright Futures has been a very big blessing for our community and for our families. I work with Green Hills Head Start, and I had a wonderful opportunity to work with Bright Futures and with Terry Trenton. I had some needs for some families. They were needing some beds and some diapers and wipes, and got a hold of Terry, and she helped me with that need and got it to us like the same day, same week. So it's been amazing for families and this community. Every summer at the Back to School Bash, I take my 4 kids to the school supply event that they have, and they pick out the backpacks, the school supplies, and to see the child's faces light up with excitement when they get their backpacks makes it all worth it. I just want to thank you guys for everything that you've done for our community, and seeing my school Head Start kiddos getting those backpacks and those supplies, and the parents not having to worry about, oh my gosh, where am I going to get this money for supplies and clothes and shoes and all that. It really helps our community out a lot.
fortunate to have Bright Futures and each and every one of the volunteers that helped to make it possible. You can look at the numbers from our annual back to school event and see the over 1,600 needs that were met or services that were provided. I also see the impact of Bright Futures when my wife receives a message the evening of our back to school event from a single mother of 4 children just wanting to say thank you to Bright Futures for helping lessen the burden of providing back to school supplies and shoes for each of her 4 children. I've been fortunate to have helped the past 3 years with the new shoes event, which is part of the back to school event. I've experienced the fun part of this, which is helping a child get fitted for new shoes or visiting with a child talk about how fast they're going to run in their new pair of shoes they've just picked out. Of all of the services and programs that Bright Futures provides, the Lunch Buddy program is by far my favorite. But also, I just love to see the excitement in these kids' eyes as they're talking about the new level they reached in the game Fortnite. While our meetings are only 20 minutes long once every 2 weeks or so, I do feel like they have had a lasting impact on these kids. I feel that because I still, even though our program's been paused for the last 2 years due to circumstances, I've ran into one of my lunch buddies at Hy-Vee or at our back to school event and have been greeted with a fist pump or a hug, and I like to believe that the program's working. If you're wondering the impact of Bright Futures on our community, I encourage you to visit with a Bright Futures volunteer, or better yet, become a volunteer yourself. I promise you it won't take long to realize the impact Bright Futures has on these students' lives.
But Bright Futures is basically a framework to communicate to the community the needs of our students. Our faith-based community in Trenton has for sure stepped up to the plate and just really helped us in everything that we do. When a need comes up for a child in our school system, that we try to meet that need within 24 hours. And we appreciate everyone that's helped get us to this point.
We hope you will consider joining Bright Futures Trenton in our mission to enrich the lives of children by bringing our community together through developing relationships, supporting education, channeling resources, and removing barriers. In doing so, we will empower our children to learn, lead, and serve now and in the future. Thank you for sharing your time, treasure, and talents with the youth of our community.